What is happening there, J Gamer Dude here, and I'm going to be talking about how, for some reason, Naruto is going to be getting a live action adaptation, and more specifically by two individuals by the name of Distant Daniel and Cretin. Distant Daniel Cretin. That's his actual full name. Okay, he's writing and directing, and this is a article from the Hollywood Reporter. And supposedly Lionsgate is behind it, and Lionsgate have been behind some pretty bad movies in the past, sure enough, but they've done some good things. But when it comes to adaptations, they haven't had a good run, so I am actually genuinely curious as to why Naruto is being seen as a target of live-action adaptation when, more often than not, we don't see great ones. I've heard that the One Piece one is good, but I personally haven't seen it. Because I'm like pretty much just watching the anime as it is, so I haven't read the manga or anything. And then of course we know Cowboy Bebop was a massive failure, and then how can we forget again past failures like the live action adaptation of, even though it's not technically anime but it's anime styled, we had Avatar The Last Airbender, the live-action adaptation of, and I'm talking about the movie by M. Night Shyamalan, by the way. We had the live-action adaptation of Dragon Ball Evolution, can't forget that one. The live-action Netflix adaptation of, what was it, Death Note? Yeah, Death Note as well, there was another one. But then we had some really, really good ones, and the one that I normally point to as like the gold standard for me personally was always going to be the Gintama live-action adaptations. I will like put that on my sleeve and say that yeah, Gintama had two great movies, and it also had an 8-episode drama or sort of a live-action TV show pretty much, and it still did a really good job of like the quirky nature of the characters, like Shun Oguri made for like an excellent Gintoki as an example from Gintama and things like that. So like he was a great actor, the outfits were incredibly well done, and it didn't feel like it was cosplay or anything. So this kind of feels a little bit strange to see Naruto kind of getting a similar feel. Again, it is just as long of a manga series as like most shonen series. Yeah, this one just has me thinking a little bit, but I think one thing that I wanted to point to was Destin's sort of like what he's worked on and what he is currently working on. So it says here that he previously collaborated with Lionsgate on The Glass Castle, which is a 2017 drama with Brie Larson in it. I don't think I've heard anything about it, but that does seem like, okay, interesting. I might look that up afterwards and see if that's worth like, mentioning or talking about. And he also, so he won an award, Cretin, who counts award winners, Short Term 12 and Just Mercy among his credits. Interesting. And he's currently working on a Shang-Chi sequel. So it looks like he's kind of working with Marvel at the moment. I can't help but think that if he is working with Marvel, but he's also considering doing or that he's working on a Naruto movie at the same time, I feel like he might try to mix in like the quips, jokes and things like that in between. And that might not necessarily be a bad thing, but it's just that when I look at Naruto, I don't really think of it like the way a Marvel movie sort of portrays itself, especially sort of in recent years. Given that, like, the story does get a little bit more serious as time goes on, especially with the major ninja war at the end. But who knows, what part of the story they're taking from, what characters are going to be in it, who's going to be acting, are the outfits going to look like straight up cosplay rather than, feeling like it's part of the world that the movie is providing to us. It's just difficult to tell. But what gives me at least a little bit of confidence is it looks like he had directed, the last thing he did was he directed several episodes of American Born Chinese, which is based off of a graphic novel. Now, graphic novels, manga, that you could put them in a similar way, but I feel like Naruto as a manga is a lot more fantastical, especially with the way, abilities and powers are used, given that it's a shonen series. It would be like the I was gonna say, yeah, I should have said ninjutsu actually, not powers, because it's really just ninjutsu. How much of it is going to be practical effects, especially with characters like Kakashi, or hell, like are they going to like look at, you know, bringing forward fan favorite fights like Rock Lee and Gaara, for example, and then you've got like, you know, the Hidden Leaf Village, the Hidden Sand Village. There's a lot of stuff that you could probably do. Are they going to just do like just the Naruto story? Are they going to go into Shippuden? Like, there are too many questions, and I think ultimately at the end of the day it's a movie, so they can only, you know, carry so much of the actual content, and things are not going to be one to one either. So there is going to be some shortcuts and or liberties taken, but it does kind of get me scratching my head a little bit, and I'm curious as to how this whole thing is going to work. But let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this whole thing, the whole situation of like another live action adaptation coming? Do you think it's actually going to be good? There have been an uptick in good ones lately, but you know, that can't, you know, remain forever. So I am curious as to what you guys think about it. And just kind of share your thoughts on like live action adaptations either in general, or just maybe some of the good ones, some of the ones that you think are actually genuinely good. I do want to kind of hear your thoughts on that. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to aim for 200 subs by the end of the year, and with all that said and done, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.